Hello everyone and welcome back to the CnD Podcast, episode 46. I'm your host Dan, and joining me today is my host Craig.
Hello, it's me again.
My other host, he's not hosting
Co-host.
me. Yeah.
No, I'm not a host.
We're hosting each other. We are back today with Joyner Lucas' album, ADHD 2.
Yes.
The sequel to the first one.
That's usually how twos work.
That's it, yeah. I'm genuinely surprised he's put out another project so soon after the last one. Because I don't think it's even been a whole year, actually. Let me just check the dates on them. This is July. Yeah. Because I don't think Not Now I'm Busy, I don't think that even released. Oh no, it released in March. Okay, it has been over a year. So never mind then. Not Now I'm Busy is actually my favourite Joyner album. And I think that even after this,
I'm going to go and have to listen to that because I haven't heard it yet.
Oh no, it's that's my favourite Joyner album. There is a couple of skips on it, but only because they're like things that shouldn't be on an album, like sort of like the 2 points of view kind of like songs, like the really deep stuff. A lot of it is just like, I don't want to listen to that again on another replay.
I'm gonna have to listen to the album because I didn't listen. I didn't know it was out.
Oh, okay. No. I'd highly recommend that. That's my favourite Joyner album so far. So we're back with ADHD 2.
We are.
Like I said, it's been 15 months now since the last one. Not the last ADHD. I think that was 5 years ago now. We're gonna find it. And this is, for some reason, Spotify decided to stick the albums and the singles into the same thing. Yeah, it's been 5 years. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's released it as a 5-year anniversary. So it's good. What's your initial thoughts of it?
So I started off the album. There was 2 released songs. There was White Noise.
Yep.
These are pre-released, by the way. These are like ones you can listen to for a while, and one of them. I liked those 2 songs a lot. I felt like I won't go into the songs exactly just yet, but and then on Friday, he released I think 6 more.
Oh wow, was it? I saw there was more released, but I was like, I'll just save it for the album now. Cause...
I think there was like 8 in total, and I wish I didn't listen to them separately. I wish I would have waited because yes, they were good, but it didn't ruin it. It was just I kind of heard them and I was like, okay, cool, I've heard this before, and then I'd get broken up with another song I haven't heard. But yeah, no. Initial thoughts after listening to the first super single of the album, I was optimistic. I was like, oh, okay, this is fresh.
I remember you saying, yeah.
And then I listened to this next one. I was like, okay, this is really good actually. And I sent you a message on Facebook, and I said to you, I think this has the potential to be a very good album.
Yeah.
But is it? That's the thing. We're going to find out when the final thoughts wrap up. But at the moment, we're going to go song by song.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to start. Let's start at the very beginning. Have you listened to the first ADHD?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So the whole creepy therapist thing won't be too weird then.
It was still weird, but it was kind of like I understood it was like a catch up, and
yeah.
Going from the Yellow Wolf's album to this one, it was nice to hear skits again. I think we said on that album we missed like the skit tracks or breaks in the kind of flow. I think that's a very nice way to break up a flow of an album into different sections. I feel like that's what he's done really well. I think there's like 4 skits in this album, and it's that is ADHD. You focus on one thing and then another thing and then another thing and then another thing. You don't just focus on one thing for a very long time. And I think the skits do a very good job in breaking that up into those 4 sections. It just shows how ADHD kind of be. I think the first part of the album is very different to the other 3 parts. But going into the skit, it kind of gives us a brief explanation into his ADHD again. It kind of does a good job of if you haven't listened to ADHD 1, it gives you a very good idea of what struggles he was facing. You know, he was talking about it with his therapist, and it kind of felt to me like the therapist was kind of egging him on to send shots to people, and like he says in the skit, you know, go on a rampage, take the gun, start shooting everyone.
Yeah.
But Joyner isn't sure that he wants to do that, or he doesn't want to send shots to people. He just kind of wants to live in his own kind of world. But I kind of thought in my head at the time, maybe the gun is a symbolic gesture for like the pen. You know, pick up the pen and start writing lyrics. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Yeah.
What did you think about?
I think it's. I mean, from the therapist from the last album, because he starts off by calling Joyner like the R word, and like proper going in on him, and then later in the album he then says, "Oh, take some lean, take some Molly, like this will get rid of your ADHD." And it's a sort of a common theme throughout his albums, because I was listening to Evolution again actually yesterday, and because there's a teacher. Why is Spotify doing this? There's a teacher in Evolution who's like talking to like young Joyner, and is like, you know, and like everyone in his world is kind of like twisted, and like she's all like, oh, you can't have a dad, and he's like, oh, but I have a stepdad. She's like, no, that's not your real dad.
All right, yeah.
And you can't write him a card on Father's Day. And I think, I don't know, it is funny how like all these characters are kind of like twisted. Even later on with Kevin Hart, like he's just negative. And
that was Kevin Hart, okay? Because I wasn't sure on the first listen, because I can only tell when he says the next like goodbye or whatever. It's like, oh, hang on, that does sound like it.
Yeah.
And we'll go into it. Is that Denzel Washington and then in the one after that?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I've got it on my little notes. I've got Denzel Washington ? I wasn't sure.
I don't know how his voice sounds. I'll be honest.
I've watched The Equalizer, which is what he's in, and it does sound very similar to him. And he does say Denzel, so I'm like, well, you know, the only Denzel we know is Denzel Washington. That's famous, I should say.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It sounded like him.
So we'll get into it when we get there, but yeah, no, it was all the characters sort of seem. I mean, Denzel was actually quite a positive.
It was kind of like. Yeah, we'll go over it in a minute.
Yeah, but yeah, they're all kind of like twisted, and they're all sort of like this sort of comic. I don't know, sort of feeling to them. All these people in power always seem to like. Sort of shoot him down or like twist him to do things. It's interesting. Yeah,
get him to do their dirty work, kind of thing.
Yeah. But no, it's a good skit, and I'm happy because the actor came back as well. To like, it's the same guy. Like 5 years later, like, oh, do you want to come and do some more voice work? Like, I always appreciate it when they're like, yeah, I will actually.
Yeah, reprise their role for the flow and everything, you know, for the continuity.
That's it. Yeah. Because he's actually in one of the music videos as well. He plays like, I can't remember who he plays. I don't know if he plays like Joyner's stepdad or something, or he plays a completely different character, but he has the same voice. And everyone's like, oh shit, there's a face to it, face to the voice.
All right, okay.
So he must know Joyner quite well. So
Yeah, you'd think so.
But yeah, no, he's funny. I like him.
He is kind of funny, to be fair.
So we end that skit with pick up the fucking gun, and and it leads straight into track 2. I wish I knew. It
does. Now this was a nice surprise. I did not expect to be hearing Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I was. To be fair, I'm not expecting Snoop Dogg, but I do hear him a lot lately. So I don't know. It was nice, but it was also a bit like again kind of thing.
See, yeah, here's the thing. For me, it was kind of like, oh, nice, because I'm not big into the whole rap scene. I don't listen to like various artists. I have kind of like 2 or 3 that I like to listen to. So it was a fresh kind of. It was a nice like, oh, it's Snoop Dogg. But I wouldn't have said that it was a bad thing either way.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't a bad thing. No, I liked it that it was there. Yeah.
So Snoop kind of opens the song telling him to basically, the way I like my notes and my feelings are kind of the way I interpreted it. If you have any like old contradicting thing, let me
know. No, that's fine.
It was kind of like him egging him on to let the people know who you are and show them like who you are.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this song that's exactly what he does. The flow is fire, the lyrics are hard, the story of the song is on point from the beginning. Yeah. I feel like it's a very, very strong opener, and I feel like this is the opener because I can't really say that this skit is the opener of the album.
No.
It's kind of just like it's kind of like a what happened previously, like you got on movies, movies from 2 to 1, next series to the other. It's like I really liked this song. What was your kind of thoughts?
I thought it was good. I just I think because the next song I really, really like, and I don't know what it is. Like I said, it's a good song. But I think I was just like, I don't know, my part of me is just like, yeah, come on, move along, we got to get to one of them. But
you've got to take that out of the equation, because if that song hadn't been a single, you wouldn't have been like, oh, let's get to that one. You'd have been like, okay.
Yeah. And
so I don't think you can mark it down for that, if I'm being honest.
Definitely on the replays, because I think I've played through this album about like probably 6 or 7 times now. Because I wanted to because there's so much to listen to, I wanted to make sure I was like...
Yeah, fair.
I was on it, because that last Yellow Wolf album, there was that one track I actually hadn't listened to, and well, I had listened to it, but you know what I mean, like I couldn't remember. Yeah. So I just wanted to be sure I had like everything proper for this one.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'd say it's a good opener. It's a good song. I liked at the end of the song, Snoop's like, he's like, ooh wee.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good song. Should we go to track 3?
Yeah, I guess we should.
Now, I first listened to track 3, I think it might have been, I want to say it was an Instagram reel or like a story or something.
What is track 3, sorry, just for our listeners?
So track 3 is one of them, which is the first single. And I had a look recently, and there isn't actually a full music video for it. It's just for the first like minute 30 of it.
I think they call those visualizers. I think that might be one of the works. They kind of do that, don't they? They release like the lyric songs, and it's always like a little bit from the music video. So maybe there's one coming.
Maybe, yeah. I hope that he does. Well, yeah, I hope he does one. But it starts off with him in a helicopter, and then the helicopter gets like missiled, and then he jumps out of the helicopter, and then he's like hanging out a car, and then he's sitting on a floating car, and there's like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's sort of one of those things where I feel like either they run out of time or they run out of money and just didn't finish the video. Because they like I said, there's only a minute 30 of it, but it sort of acted as a trailer for the album almost.
Do you not feel like that could have been done intentionally? Because again, the nature, I said it a lot, the nature of ADHD is you only focus on certain things for a very short period of time. Do you think that maybe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Coincidence? Maybe because it is a kind of trailer for it.
Another thing that this album, only this album,
maybe
does
intentional,
is it has a more of a traditional rollout. What Joyner likes to do normally is to release about like 7 or 8 singles, and let them like breathe and let them have their video and let everyone talk about it. And then when you release the album, you've heard half the songs, so it's a bit like the album. Yeah. So this is more of a traditional rollout where it is just 1 or 2 singles, and I think I appreciate that more. I'm not too sure. Like I said at the very beginning, like with I was sort of like, yeah, I want to get to that track. I do that. I've done that a lot worse before with other Joyner albums, because I want to get to the songs that I have heard and I have really liked. And the rest of the album just then sort of sounds like album filler because, well, it is. But no, it's I really like it. It's really, I think it's the best track on the album. Actually, I don't know. No, I don't know now. It was when I started this album. It was the first couple of listens. This was my favourite song. I think it might be White Noise now. But I'll talk about that when we get there.
Okay.
because yeah, that hook's actually been like in my head for like the last couple. I say the last couple of nights. Yeah, last couple of nights. Yeah, because that came out before the album. It's
yeah. For me, I had very little thoughts on this song because again, I kind of felt like I overplayed it and it kind of ruined it a little bit for me. When I was writing my notes to the album, I did it on the first listen on Saturday when it came out, or midnight. Actually, I listened to it midnight as it released on Spotify.
Alright, like first day.
And
yeah.
Oh wait, I can't remember what day it was exactly, but yeah.
Okay.
I wrote down my exact thoughts were flow is fire, the beat matches the song perfectly, and it's following the story of the album well. It's because I already heard it, you know, it wasn't... Yeah. That's why I'm kind of, like you said, I'm happy he hasn't released 8 or 7 or 8 songs well before the album released. Luckily, when he did it on the Friday, or whenever the fucking album released, he did it a couple of days before or the day before. It was 7 of them, but you didn't really have that much time to kind of listen to it all before you do your full album, so I kind of feel like that was a good thing.
Yeah.
It was timed perfectly well. That way you didn't oversaturate the songs. And I think that's one of what I suffered with the singles that had already been out for a few weeks, was they were kind of, for me, they were oversaturated and overdone.
Yeah.
I over-listened to them. I kind of burnt myself out of the 2 songs. So when it came to these songs, I was like, oh, okay, familiar. Nice song, good song. Okay, next. I kind of found myself skipping them because I already heard them.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
it
fair
didn't
enough.
damage the album. For me, it was just I kind of was like, oh, okay, I know what's about to happen. I know the story of this one. I get this song. I don't need to listen to it for it to affect the next song, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, it's a good song. not a lot more to say about it really. It's it's one I always turn up when it comes on.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
I think it's probably, I want to say, other than Riot, I think the rest of the album is quite personal, actually.
It is. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, personal, or I say maybe average. Yeah, there's nothing on this album that's skippable. I'm gonna say that now. Like, but we'll get there. There are a couple of songs which I think maybe could be left off, but yeah, we'll get there.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. I'm just, but nothing skippable. Okay. Like, it's still a good album. So let's move on to Tear Me Down.
Yeah.
Track 4.
What a song!
A really
Honestly,
good song.
I think.
Yeah.
Ava's lyrics and her voice complemented the song so well. I feel Joyner explains the heartbreak of a relationship. Something that I think everyone, you know, no matter who you are, has kind of felt.
Yeah.
He expresses it through the lyrics as well. Kind of, it makes you feel like that you have felt the exact same thing that he was feeling while recording it, and it just makes it feel so relatable.
Yeah.
That I can't find a fault in the song at all. It's perfect. It's a perfect song for me.
This is actually one of the. It just got a music video, I think, on Friday.
Oh really? Okay.
Which was I just watched before we started, but I don't think the video added much to it. It was him and I can't remember her name, but she basically directed it. She's like some famous person.
Okay.
So I do apologise. Ava's not in the video though, as far as I know.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, and I feel like she should have been there actually.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's him and the woman who directed it. They're sort of like just having this relationship, and then he wakes up from this dream, and the whole thing was a dream at the end, and then he's sort of like,
right.
And then he's like in his like trash house, and he's like, his girlfriend's like, oh, what are you doing? You know, doing nothing with your life.
Oh, okay. I get the theme of this song, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sort of But yeah. Otherwise, it didn't really add much to the song. I think the song was pretty good. Yeah. Regardless, I feel like this should have been one of the singles. I reckon this should have been released a few weeks ago. Actually.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would probably been a better one in my opinion than White Noise.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I'm not saying White Noise is a bad song. I'm just saying I think that this day and age, it's very much a better kind of chance to get a mixture of people's audiences seeing a song that it is to, because if you can get it on TikTok, it's pretty much going to go viral. Let's be honest, and people only do that with things that they can relate to. Like, if you just release your own single, White Noise, for instance, only male content creators can react to it, really. But if you do Ava's part, then the female TikTokers can kind of do it and then stitch it with the guys, and it gets more views that way, you know.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not saying that women can't do the male roles. Just saying it would get more traction the other way around because you get two content creators at that point, you know, on their platforms and things like that.
And yeah, Ava's parts are really good. So yeah,
really good. Yeah. What was your thoughts on the song?
Yeah, like I said, really good. I can't fault it actually. It was one that I didn't really listen to. When you do get a chance to listen to the last album, Not Now I'm Busy,
I might actually do it tonight.
Yeah, half the tracks on there, I'd say about half, maybe about a third of the tracks are sort of like hype tracks. And going into this, I was expecting more of like one of them. Like a lot of them are like one of them. They're sort of like hype tracks and like and things like that. And to go into going into this album, I was expecting a bit more of that and a bit, and it wasn't really like, oh, actually, this album's like a lot more deep. It's a lot more deeper than that.
To Joyner's original roots, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it took me a few listens to actually appreciate this one, but now I have appreciated it. I actually really like it. I want to say the same. Yeah, there's a couple other tracks on here. I appreciate it more after a couple of listens. But this song in particular, I reckon should have released a few weeks ago as like a standalone single. It's brilliant. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I hope the video does well. So that's the first section of the album, and we move on to Kevin's skit.
And then we get the Kevin Hart skit.
Yeah. So Kevin returns from the first album again, just like the therapist, and he's like, why have we got another album? Just like, yeah, just trashing Joyner again.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's telling he's pathetic, and for me it was a funny skit, but it was kind of like, I couldn't wait to see how Joyner comes. I was like, all right, watch this then. I even put down like, it's funny, but cannot wait how Joyner responds in the next song to like Kevin's like mockery of it, and yeah, it was very good.
Yeah,
it's funny. It was like I said, for me, I think these skits are kind of breaking down the album in sections. Because in the next section of the album, it goes to a more background focus, like his growing up and kind of his way up into the world of rap.
Yeah.
And his journey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I really like Kevin's skit. I'm happy that he returned as well, because like it does make this feel more of like a sequel. I remember when Eminem was doing Marshall Mathers LP2, and he's like, there's certain skits and there's certain themes that you need to bring back, because it doesn't feel like a sequel. Otherwise, it just feels like more of the same. Well, it just feels like another album, like And to have Kevin back as well was brilliant. Yeah,
100%, I agree.
No, I like that. So we'll move on to track 6.
Yeah. This one surprised me. I didn't expect to hear Eminem.
No.
I actually did scroll through the album list because it was on Spotify for a while, just to see what features were there.
Okay.
And I genuinely thought we would hear it, like the one he did with Eminem in the post-apocalyptic one. I can't remember what it's called now, but there was no feature by Eminem. So I was kind of like, you know what? As much as I love Eminem's music, I'm kind of... It didn't need him. It didn't need a feature from anyone like huge. I think it does a very good job of standing out on its own. And I was kind of like, fair, fair. Don't need a. I mean, you didn't need a Snoop Dogg. You didn't need an Eminem like to make the album good. But yeah, no. Eminem kind of starts like, I think it's like a past interview, or you have to correct me. Is it a past interview, or is it recorded just for this album? I don't remember.
It reminds me of. Do you remember Eminem did those interviews with Sway for Kamikaze? He did like a sit down interview where they sat like on chairs, and like it's a very weird interview because like it almost feels like Sway's like just reading a script, and like that Eminem's just like okayed all the questions already, and like he already knows all the answers, kind of thing. It just because Eminem doesn't really do interviews, so it was nice for him to have one, but also like because Sway is part of Shade 45, so he's like basically his boss. So you could tell Sway wasn't going to ask anything that wasn't like too much.
It came at the time where Eminem was in that diss track battle with MGK as well.
Yeah, that's the same interview. Yeah, that's it. So you'll see a lot of like you'll see a lot of clips of it talking about MGK and Joe Budden. I think that was the same interview. So he mentions Joyner because Joyner's on Kamikaze. But yeah, no, that's such a good clip, and also Joyner's held on to that for 7 years now. Like, so for him to like hold on to it and use it now as like this is what Eminem has said about me, like, and I'm using it 7 years later. That's
it's kind of like and what?
yeah. You can't say anything once Eminem said that. Like,
yeah, no. Once he says you're fucking great, like it's like I don't need anyone else's opinion. Definitely. But no, Eminem starts the song with the pre-recorded interview from the Shay interview he did. Apparently, it's praising him and saying that he's fire, and then Joyner kind of opens up about his own life, about his mum and dad. He goes into how he's changed from who he was, and he lets us really know, even back then, he would relate to the way I am, like a lot of us do in Eminem's music. Like he relates just as like the audience does. With even now, people can relate, and he's saying just I'm like all of you. I can relate to Eminem, and that's why I think that's part of why he titled the song "The Way I Am," for harken back to the way I am. If it wasn't, then why would I say I am that song?
That's it. And is that self-awareness as well? I think when he says, my fans, my haters are the same haters for Eminem and stuff like that. He is self-aware. He does share that audience, which is nice.
He's not saying I did this for myself. He is praising, and rightly so, given the flowers to the people that paved the way before him, which I think a lot of rappers these days, especially the fucking stupid mumble rappers, don't do that. They think they're better. Yeah. And that pisses me the fuck off. It's like Eminem said it. I'm sorry, I know we're talking about Eminem a lot, but Eminem said it in a song. People here before you that paved the way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to give homage to them.
I was thinking about
and
this.
I feel like Joyner's done a good way of doing it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it on the way back from work today, and I think Joyner is actually like probably the last artist I've been really excited about. Like, that was like in 2017 or something. So I haven't been excited about a new artist in like 7 years.
Can I be honest with you right now?
Yeah.
Apart from Joyner, I don't think there is anybody active now, because unfortunately, I think Eminem's done.
I don't know.
I don't think there is anyone who is from that era where you respect the old ways. I could be wrong, but I think he is the last in a dying breed of rappers that will give props to people that come before him.
Yeah, or even
I do not respect the fucking mumble rappers. I do not like them. Like, in my opinion, they got TikTok famous and then made a little bit of money, and now they think they're it. Like that fucking Takeshi Snitch 9. Like, no.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. I can't see another. I don't even like. I can't even think of another artist after Joyner that I've actually
maybe Big Sean.
I love Big Sean as well, actually. But his last album, I don't know. His last album was a bit more adult, like not like adult in like and 18 sort of way, but in like a mature kind of dad way. Like,
yeah,
he's become like a rapper's rapper. Like, only people who like are really into like rap sort of follow him now, which isn't a bad thing. Like, his last album was quite good. It was really chill, actually. It was just like his like always sort of hype, always like, oh, I'm big, like was like always like like his 20, like when he was in his 20s and his 30s, like that's all sort of like he's sort of like slowed down a bit now, and he's just like, yeah, this is just like kind of like I want to say like Jay-Z did. Like, his last couple of albums were very well. His last album definitely was very much like, I'm just a mature dad. Like, so yeah, no, Big Sean's great.
Yeah,
he definitely matured as an artist. His first couple albums were just like, yeah, not that great, but his later stuff is well worth listening to. Yeah,
I would agree.
All right, where were we anyway? We got to track 6. Sorry. Yeah, good song. I appreciate, like you said, he gives props when it's due.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he's self-aware of it as well, and I think that's something some people do forget sometimes. Let's move on to track 7, Riot. So track 7's another hype song. I like to call them hype songs. This is probably the only, other than one of them, I'd consider Riot as like another hype song. Which I sort of feel like there could have been a couple more, but that's just me. I'm just
I don't think it needs it, mate.
No, this album is definitely a more personal album, and I now listening to it like a few more times, I appreciate that. But yeah, not much more to say about it. It's not as good as one of them, but it's good. It's alright. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, for me, I thought the flow was sick. I think he's letting the audience kind of know that he ain't like anyone else. You know, he's his own person. He's not afraid of being himself. And if anyone is to kind of chat shit or say anything on a track or call him out, he's ready to unleash on them. Like, he ain't gonna hold back.
Yeah. Exactly that, yeah.
And again, I think that's a brilliant song. I don't think there's any way of saying it's not.
So that's Riot. The next one, we'll just move on to track 8 then, yeah. So track 8 for the longest time, probably only until like my last listen or two, I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was very forgettable, actually. I'm not sure why.
I don't share this opinion.
No, that's that's fine. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know if it was just T-Pain didn't. I didn't even notice T-Pain was on it on the first listen. I was like, hang on, I need to like replay that.
Okay.
I just don't feel like he added that much. I feel like I mean, literally, Joyner could have just come on with some autotune and done it himself. I feel like T-Pain being there is just like, it's just for the feature. It's just for having his name there. I don't feel like he added to the track that much. But
okay.
But yeah, it wasn't until my last couple of listens I was like, actually, this is pretty good, and it does lead into the Denzel skit. So, but yeah, that was my opinion. Up until the last couple of listens, I would have probably say we could have skipped that track, but I think I like it now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I kind of got a sense. For me, it was giving it a couple of listens. I went through album again this morning just to kind of finalize my thoughts. For me, he's telling us how he wasn't happy with his life. He hated working for wages, being poor, really poor wages, sorry. He was not happy with his life providing, he was just wanting to provide for, how he can provide for his child. He's saying that he will do anything. And I think as a parent, you would do anything. And when he starts, and when he states that he's going to be great, you're kind of like, okay, so that's the momentum, that's the thought process, and we kind of get a little bit of a look into his mind. Again, teeing up that Denzel Washington kind of skit. I think it might be Denzel Washington. It could be, I don't know.
Check.
Again, I wasn't a big fan of T-Pain growing up. It wasn't something that I'd listened to. I hadn't listened to his music a lot, but I can't say anything bad about him. I think in this song he's great, and I think both of their styles work very well and they complement each other. So much so, like you said, you hadn't any idea that he was on the track, and I think to be able to do that is not a bad thing, because they're working that well and the styles are meshing that perfectly. There's not a big disruption in, oh, hang on a minute, that's changed. It's not like a shock to the system. It's like, oh, hang on, he was singing, now he's not. What? It's kind of like, for me, it just worked and blended so well. That's why you didn't realize. And I think maybe that can work as a bad thing, but I think in this occasion it didn't. It didn't take you away from the feeling that you were feeling in the song.
True. He didn't take away from the song or anything, and he was part of the song. Yeah.
It wasn't a shock to the system. It's like, oh, hang on, this style's changed a lot.
True. No, you're right. Yeah. And I think a lot of the themes from this are then reinforced in "Listen to My Demo," about trying to support his kid and
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely, yeah. Like I said, I think the problem for me with listening to this was I was doing it at work, so a lot of the lyrics didn't really hit until like a good couple of listens. Where I was like, oh, actually, this is quite a deep album, and I've been like, when you're driving around in your car, you're just like, oh, you need to like have a bit more hype and stuff, and I think that's
you're concentrating on the road, not the lyrics of the song.
So definitely, next time we do one of these, I will I'll give it a proper like a sit down listen. I think I always say that with rap albums. Like, people are like, oh, what kind of rap album would you recommend? And I'm just like, it depends on what you're doing, like, because there are some albums you have to just sit down and listen to yourself, by yourself, like, with no one around, and just absorb it. This is definitely one of those, but yeah, that's track 8. So it is Denzel Washington on the track 9. I just checked.
I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah. I presumed it would be, but you never know. So Denzel, he just says, just be yourself again, doesn't he? Really. Quite similar to
pretty
Snoop.
much for me. He's saying that we've listened to the dark side a lot. He's saying that there is a dark side, and he's yet to tap into it, is what I heard. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And I think that's what the third part of the album is about. But, there is also a light side, and he tells him to flip that switch, basically. He just flip the switch from kind of, go into the dark side a little, lean into it, but always remember that there is a switch to go back to the light side.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the fourth part of the album is for me, but we'll go into that in a minute.
Alright, okay. Yeah, again, a good, cool skit. For me, I don't know, I think after hearing the Kevin skit, I was expecting this one to be funny as well, but it wasn't. I was like, oh, this is actually, it's quite deep, actually.
But it matches the tone of the third section, though, which I think
is
done very well. Like, I keep on saying it, but the way that the album's broke up is just it's so reminiscent of ADHD that it's very fucking good.
Yeah. And the next song in particular reminds me of the title track, ADHD. It's very it's well, it's all about it. Like, but yeah, no, I had the Denzel skit like just been the intro for White Noise. Like, had it not been its own track, like it would have fit perfectly as well. I am glad that it is separate because it does mean that like if people just want to listen to White Noise, they can. There are some albums where like skits are like just stuck to songs, and you're like, oh great, I can't put it in my playlist now because it's just going to be weird. So I do appreciate when an album does separate them, and again, it makes the single like its own thing. Then, no, it's good. Like I said, like you said, it perfectly introduces White Noise. Like, I don't think I've like had a skit that perfect before. That's just my thoughts.
No, I'd agree with you.
And actually, joining White Noise into tracks 11 and 12, I think they're the perfect 3-track combo.
I would agree.
I'll talk about 13 later, but but yeah, let's should we move on to White Noise?
Sure.
Yeah. White Noise, absolutely love White Noise. At first I was like, you know me, I was looking for hype music, and one of them was that. So to go from White Noise is like the complete flip. Like, even in the music video, there's like a bloke with a guitar, and they're like almost in like they're like a garage band kind of thing. Like, they're just almost kind of like, I don't know. I want to say like late 90s like music video kind of like, it's just like a lead singer and just like the band's in the background like in a garage. Like, it's very reminiscent of that. I don't know what kind of music video, like who made them, but yeah, it's for me it's very reminiscent of the like late 90s. Just like those bands, probably I want to say maybe like Linkin Park or something, like, but yeah, I don't think they've ever done a video in a garage. But yeah, that was it. To be fair, there wasn't actually that much more to the music video. I thought the music video was going to have a bit more depth to it, but it was just that. It was just them in a garage, and yeah. But no, the hook's like been in my head for like a few days now. It's so good.
For me, White Noise it's a good song. Again, I over-listened to it on the album. My fault, no one else's. But for me, I got that the White Noise kind of, like, for me, when I'm sleeping, sometimes I need something to listen to. And usually it is either sounds of rain or white noise. It just kind of blocks out stuff. And it kind of settles his thoughts like it does with mine. And he says to us, he lets us into his kind of world. He says that he's been knocked down, but he's always got back up. And he's saying that he was trying to drown out, the thoughts and the noise. He was seeking a distraction from it. And I think that's kind of what I got. That's what the song was about, seeking a distraction from the thoughts.
Yeah. Because the voices, he's got voices in his head, but they're his own. Yeah. No, I get that sometimes as well. Even when like it takes me back to like my A-level days, where I'd like I would go on Spotify and boot up like a rain sound or something, and you could just like clear your head and just focus on like your coursework, or if anyone at home like is going through exams or something, I highly recommend it. Like,
100%.
Stick on some headphones. Just it just I don't know what it is about rain. It's just like it's so unpredictable, but it's
calming.
Calming, yeah. Whenever it rains outside, I just like open the window and you just get that smell of rain. Like, and
it's kind of a comfort.
Yeah, definitely. Very good, very good. I think that might be the best track of the album now. I've changed. Yeah.
I'm not sure about.
Oh, okay, all right. So we'll move on to Butterfly Effect.
Yeah. This one is very much a wishing kind of wanting to go back to when his life wasn't so complicated. I feel like we all feel that, especially probably me and you, because everything is so complicated in life now. Wishing to go back to when it was simpler. Life goes quick. I think reminiscing about his younger years is something everyone does. It's a journey that everyone's been on. Reminiscing about when things were easier. Crowding around the first iPhone Touch, playing Flappy Bird. That was funny. It's how kind of how one decision in life can change everything.
Oh yeah.
That is the butterfly effect. You doing one decision that you didn't do before, or doing something that you wanted to do but didn't, is another chance.
Yeah, definitely.
And very strong. So
it leads on to the album artwork as well, with the butterfly on his face.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot more to add to that. I think you've summed it up actually.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Like I said, it perfectly leads on from White Noise, and it's like I said, these 3 tracks, this one and the next one, I think this is like the closest. Like people always say, like, oh, what's your favorite 3-track combo? This is pretty good. I'd say. They all fit the same theme. They're all the same speed almost as well. There's nothing like they're in that same pocket. I guess the term. Yeah,
a kind of mixturing of them all are kind of equal.
Yeah, I'd love a video for this song actually.
That would be. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
I think it is. I think every album's. That's the thing. I think every song on his album deserves a video.
Yeah, and that's how Joyner feels like when he does these projects. Like, with his previous projects, he's always been like, "Oh, it just deserves like a video." And I think he also wants to gauge the audience, how they're feeling as well. Because if he's like, "Oh, this isn't clicking, this isn't doing that well," then he just doesn't put it on the album. Which can, it's good in some ways and it's bad in other, because then you're losing songs.
I feel like with Eminem, I think like just imagine the songs we haven't heard.
Yeah, exactly. At least Joyner puts them out and he goes, "Oh, like how you feeling with this?" And
Yeah, true.
It might be a confidence thing. It might just be like just double check it's definitely good before it's like solid on the album.
Yeah, kind of like a just kind of like a what's the quality check?
Yeah. Listening.
What do they call it again? They call it quality control.
Quality control, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, that's good. I really enjoyed the song, and it goes on to the next song actually. Anxiety Wins.
This for me is probably the most relatable and my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, I think Black Bear as a feature was definitely a good call as well.
I think Anxiety Wins is something that I think we've all felt and gone through. The chorus, he's saying that he doesn't want to go outside, just back to bed, is something that I can relate to personally through my struggles in life. And again, I think it touches everybody in a way that it's like, if you sit down and I don't care who you are, you can be the president to the person who's got lost to everything in the world. You have all felt this. He doesn't like being alone, but then your head won't allow you to be sociable. It's like you don't have any social battery anymore. And again, I can feel that. Like, I have times where I'm in a Discord call or something with a bunch of friends, having the time of my life, and then 10 seconds later, I just want to be on my own.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to stay in a situation where because you want to be there, but then you also you crave to be alone because your head's going, I can't do this. I just want to do my own thing for a bit.
Yeah.
And it's very relatable. And again, you get to a point in your life where you think everything's fine. You think that you've finally gotten over the worst of it, and then something just back into it. It just pulls you back into feeling bad, and you finally feel like you're out of the darkness, and you just get sucked right back in. Either with bad news or something that happens, or just generally just feeling like you're not good enough for anything. Like, for me, this is the song of the album, and I think this is the song of the year for me. In my personal feelings, as it relates to me such a deep way, and it's nice to get a window into how he was feeling and how he's kind of gone through it, because you can relate to him, and it kind of does make you kind of grasp onto the song a bit more than you probably would. It's not just a casual listen, it's a feeling with this song.
Yeah,
like you feel the song and the lyrics that he's singing. And yeah, no, sorry to go so deep, but yeah, no, that's, for me, it's the song of the album.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I was not expecting that, but it is a really good song. Yeah. Again, I think it took me like I know I can't say that for every song, but it did take me a few listens to be there. Like, oh, actually, this is like,
yeah,
this is really good. Like, yeah, Black Bear on the hook, and yeah, it's definitely a winner.
Oh, like I said, for me, it was just such a powerful song, because I've dealt with that, and I do still deal with that. It's something that I wish I didn't, but it's kind of nice to know that I'm not alone.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, again, music video for this one, definitely. If you're listening, Joyner.
100%. Yeah, Joyner, if you're listening, great song, mate. Thank you. But yeah, if you are listening, very surprised. Subscribe, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, very good. I did really enjoy that. The next song, I just feel like it could also not be on there. But anyway, the next song is New Sofas by Joyner with Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, I would agree with you. If it wasn't on the album, I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah. It's not a bad song, and like I said,
it's not a bad song. It's just chaos. Is that a chaos? I think. For me, he's just saying basically 2025 is his year. He's taking it all. He's on a roll. He's calling out those who are fake in the industry, and no one can fuck with his vibe and the moves he's making.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay.
And that was
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, that's the whole song, really. Again,
appreciate you taking the time to explain it.
Yeah. Again, I feel like it was included just because Ty Dolla $ign was on it. Had it.
I think this is the first time I'm going to agree with you on this. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's not skippable. Like it's listenable.
No.
I don't think there's a single song on this album that I would ever skip. But
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah. Which is really good for a Joyner album, actually, because like I said, there are a couple that I do skip sometimes. But it's usually like the conversational ones,
yeah, you said, yeah.
Yeah. There was one on the last album about it's called Broski, where it's about his like it's just about like, I think it's about his cousin or something, and he's just like, oh, you're the best, please give me money. Oh, you're actually the worst person ever because you're not giving me money. And it's sort of just that, and it's like, all right, it's just a conversation. There's no I don't think there's a hook or anything. So
but just from that little listen though, I guess it's kind of nice to see and hear that, even him who has so much success there's still people wanting him only for money, kind of thing. I think that's kind of nice to know.
Like I said,
not nice to know.
Like I said, the song isn't bad, and the music video is amazing for that as well, because it's I can't remember his name now, but yeah, it's very well acted as well. But again, it's not a repeat listen. It's very much like you listen to
one and done.
Yeah, one and done. Yeah, it's like a conversational one. It's like I need to think about the people around me. But yeah, no. On this album, there's been no skips so far. Well, there's no skips at all. Like, it's good. But yeah, this yeah, New Sofas could also not be here, and it wouldn't affect the album in any way.
Again, I agree with you, but I'm not going to mark it down. In my opinion, I think it's a good song.
No, it's a good song, and yeah, it's not bad. So, yeah. We'll move on to the therapist skit. So the therapist calls up Joyner, and, and he says, "I've been watching the news, and I haven't seen anyone die."
Yeah, like, what's going on? Have you forgotten? Like, what's going on here?
You've forgotten? You took the gun. Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, if you don't do it, I fucking will. Like,
it's just
again
psychotic.
I thought, yeah, I kind of felt like I think I got it wrong because I read into it. I was like, oh, we're about to hear some fucking lyrics now. Like, he's going to go after people. But I kind of looking back on it, I don't think that was right. I think it was just a battle that he could if he wanted to, but he's not going to because that's not him.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
No, fair enough. I didn't see it as like a metaphor or anything actually, but I just thought it was a funny skit. But yeah, looking back on it, maybe it is supposed to be that way. It's like I'm not gonna shoot up the game.
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah, that's what I saw it as. Him was like pick up the pen and murder people.
Yeah,
like lyrically, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, and this album hasn't been that at all. It's been very personal and emotional.
100%, yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
And maybe that's how. Oh, actually, looking on another way, maybe that's how he felt. Maybe that's what he was feeling. That anybody fucked him at that time of his life, maybe he would have done, but he thought against that. Maybe that was not euphemism. Maybe that's a way of him going, no, I'm not going to give in to the dark thoughts.
Yeah,
I could do this, but I'm not going to because that's not who I want to be.
I sort of feel like there should have. I'm gonna talk about it after Mama, but I just feel like there isn't an ending to this album.
There is.
But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So we'll move on to track 15, Active with Big Sean. Again, I'm happy to hear Big Sean. I just, since he left, because he left Kanye's label, he like basically just finished his contract, and then Kanye got all upset about it. Basically, he's like, I don't know, just like he just said, oh, Big Sean sucks and all this, and I was like, and Big Sean was like, bro, it was a 5-album contract. I finished it and I left. Like, why are you so mad?
Yeah, and I'm best probably not go into what Kanye's up to be honest with you.
No, exactly. I don't. He's not in the right headspace. And I think literally like 2 weeks later, he was like, "Oh, Big Sean's my favorite rapper," but like it just sounded sarcastic or something like that. I can't really remember what happened, but yeah, since then, Big Sean's kind of just been on the quiet. He released one album a few years ago, or maybe it was last year. Like I said, and it was more sort of like it was very slow paced and it was very like sort of dad rap, but not in a bad way, in a very good way. Like I would recommend listening to it. But yeah, it's a very slow album, and it's I don't think there was a single. Like I don't think there was any like big singles off it or anything. So
no, I think
yeah, it's good to hear from him again. To be fair,
the notes I got from this one was he's not wanting to, be with the therapists. They fill his head with poison and saying someone who we are not sure. They're trying to be someone he's not sure he wants to be, and saying that his album was shit. Big Sean, for me, is a great addition. This is the track that's setting the rap game straight, and they run it. Is what they're basically saying. Yeah. And they're calling to people. They're saying if you want it, come get it. Like.
Yeah.
We're not going to hold back, but we're not going to be the antithesis. We're going to be the pacifiers, whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, I appreciate Big Sean on this. I expected a bit more from him, but again, I'm happy just to see his name again. Like he goes like a year without releasing anything, and you just don't hear from him. You're like, oh, it's a bit sad because I do appreciate him now.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I don't know. This track wasn't that hitting for me.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but actually, I've written it down as just okay on here.
Is it maybe because you expected too much from Big Sean?
I think it might have been that, yeah.
And then you were ultimately disappointed because you saw his name and was like, oh, this is going to cook, but maybe you went in with the wrong.
I think I've gone in with the wrong. Yeah, I've gone in with the wrong attitude. I think I've done that with well, like I've done with the whole album, really. Because you go to like, I don't know. One of my favorite Big Sean tracks is one we did with ASAP Ferg, and them two are just going back to back, and it's just all hype, and it's just like Ferg. I love ASAP Ferg as well. He's just full of hype, like. He's full of energy, and Big Sean on this just didn't really give that to me. But then I think this is like new Sean. This is like his chill side. So yeah, I need maybe I'll give it a re-listen.
Maybe this is the way that he wanted to rap the whole time, but was obviously contracted with Kanye.
Yeah, you need to make singles. You need to be big. Yeah, it might be. It might. I think it's just him evolving as a person. Actually, I think it's because he talks a lot about like Zen and like meditation and stuff. So I feel like through the years he's just calmed down as a person.
Yeah, that's not always a bad thing.
No, exactly. No. Especially as you get older, it's definitely it's definitely better for your health, for your mental health as well.
100%.
So we're going to track 16.
Yeah.
So I think was the baby the first verse. I think he was.
I don't know.
I think he was the first verse because I didn't because J Balvin was the second verse, I think, or was he the hook? I'm not sure. So no, hearing the baby again is actually amazing because I do like his voice. He's like I said, he's like I said with Ferg, he's like one of those people he's just full of energy. But I think he did. I can't remember what he did. I think he did some like gay bashing recently, and basically just like he just like fell off. Like he lost all his he lost like loads of deals. Basically like everyone just sort of boycotted him, and then he just like disappeared. So to hear him again, I was like, oh, okay. Because his name's at the end on this thing. Actually, when you're driving around in the car, you can only see like a certain amount of text, and I didn't even know he was on the song. And I was like, I recognise his voice, but I didn't know who it was. And it wasn't until actually like recent, or I think today, I had a look, and I was like, oh, it's the baby. That's weird. Because yeah, like I said, he sort of got boycotted and like blackballed and just disappeared. So yeah, no, it's good to hear him again.
Kind of deserved if he's done what he's been.
I feel like it's kind of deserved, especially like I don't know if he apologized for it or whatever, but
I didn't really have many other thoughts.
Yeah.
What was you saying, sir?
No, that was it. J Balvin. I think J Balvin did the Spanish verse. Again, that was good, but I don't speak Spanish. So.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah. Normally he just does hooks and stuff, so it was nice to hear him, like, actually have a verse. And then
my thoughts on this one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. And then I've never heard of Fireboys before. So
yeah, no, I haven't either.
That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
My thoughts on this one were I've never really heard of him either. But I only had I had one sentence on this one. I think it sums up pretty well. Honestly, a great tune overall. Everyone comes with fire. No one's letting it down. No other thoughts, really.
Yeah, that's it. It's a nice addition to the album. Again, it could also not be here, but I appreciate that it is actually. I'd say I appreciate this one more than the Ty Dolla $ign one. I think I like it more than Active actually as well. But I think I just need to really listen to Active. I think, I've just I've come at it at the wrong angle.
That's fine. I mean, listen, it's your own way to view the songs, like.
Yeah. So we'll move on to listen to my demo, track 17.
This one is interesting. I'm just going to start off, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I feel like I look into what he did to get where he was. You know, the start is very much demo, get it to as many ears as you can, hope that someone hears it that's in an industry like rap or anything really. it is constant work and grind. Taking it to concerts to get a break, and then once he finally got to where he wanted to be, he was, singing or rapping in a concert, looking down at the audience and seeing someone in exactly the same position, relating to them like you did, and seeing the grind that they went on, and the struggle that they went through, wanting a shot to just hear it, and then relating to that person as well, and giving a chance and relating to the people that are going to come after him and after he is done, and relating to the hustle that they're going to have to get through to get where he is. And I felt like it's a very nice reminder to himself, not only to the audience, that the hard work it took to get there, it's just the constant persistence that he did at the time.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I thought it was a very good track, because I didn't know any of this had happened to him. I didn't think he'd actually been that invested in it that long. I didn't know that before.
That's the thing. No one really knows how unless you've done it. No one really knows how much work it is to get where you want to go in that industry.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no magic button to go, okay, I'm gonna be a rapper. Done. There's £1 million. Make an album. It's grind. It's very much anything in life you've got to work for. It's just it seems that to get to the highest points you've got to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah. I appreciated that the cycle continues.
Some people don't want to do it
as well.
100%. Yeah. It doesn't end with him.
No, and it's a reminder to be humble as well. You were that kid asking to listen to my demo.
100%.
And actually, I was just we were talking about Big Sean. That's how Big Sean came up as well. He I think Kanye was walking to the train station or something, with his. I think that was the story. I think he was leaving recording studio and going to a train station or something like that, and Big Sean just basically tracked him down and just handed him a disc. Was please listen to this. Just in person.
Honestly, mate, do it if you can, and
it works.
Get the right ears onto it. It will take you far. You can. But it's also a testament to the hard work that Big Sean put in, because you give Kanye something shit. As much as I don't agree with his recent comments, as much as I don't like him as a person, he knows what he's doing in the game.
Yeah.
You give him something shit, you won't get a callback. You give him something hot, you're getting signed.
Yeah. And yeah, that was 2009, I think, as well. So Kanye was proper in his zone at that time, musically.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, like you said, you give him something shit, it doesn't just affect you as well. It might affect the next person who gives them the CD, because he's going to go, oh, this is the last person who gave me some shit.
Another one of those. I just won't listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's it's definitely a good song. It's actually got the least listens on here, I think. Other than the skits, but that's some people just skip skits. I know that, but yeah, interesting. I actually really enjoyed that song. Should we move on to the last track, Mama?
Yeah, for me, actually, I'll let you give your thoughts first.
Okay.
I did the other one.
That's all right. I feel like this. I mean, this one's very obviously inspired by Tupac's song. Dear Mama. Actually, the first bar I think is almost the same. Instead of I can't remember. It was when I was young, me and my mama had beef, and on this one he said me and my mama had I can't remember the lyric now. It was very similar anyway.
Okay.
And the rhyme and just the whole rhyming pattern was quite similar. When a lot of people write about their mothers in songs, the Tupac one is always the go-to. That's the originator almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to sort of acknowledge it was really nice, actually. And
again, paying homage to those who came before him.
Exactly. And Chris Brown, he was actually, to be fair, I appreciate Chris Brown on this one, because he could have done a lot more, but he held back. Because he can steal the show sometimes, and he can get a proper a singy too much, almost too much. But in this one, he held back. He just did the hook, and it was good. Yeah.
Can I give you my thought?
Yeah, of course.
So I'll read you what I wrote on the first list, and I edited it slightly on the second and third and fourth. So I simply put, "What a perfect ending." Almost dedicating this song to his mum, thanking her for the sacrifices she made for him, and that he won't be able to repay her, but he hopes that he can make her proud. Something that a lot of people can relate to. Chris Brown's vocals were great. The only criticism I have, and I can complain about it, is the auto-tune's a little bit too much. For me, what I wrote is Chris Brown doesn't need auto-tune.
No.
And that's the only thing. The only negative thing I can say about this album is Chris Brown's vocals. I think it's on one of the choruses. It's just turned up a little bit too much, where it's like, oh, okay, didn't need that.
No, yeah.
And that is it. Apart from that, it's a perfect ending to the album, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But apparently you have a different one.
So, I like, because I've had the album like on auto repeat as well. So it ends at my mind and just starts again. Because I need to listen to this album a lot.
Yeah, fair.
And I just don't feel like that was end enough. I feel like that's a good mid-album track. I don't know what I would end the album on. It just doesn't feel like it ends. It just feels like it stops. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the therapist could have come back.
Counteract that.
Yeah, go on.
Let me counteract that. Maybe that's a good thing it doesn't end. Maybe he doesn't want it to end.
A part of me felt like the therapist story should have continued for another skit.
Okay.
And then it could have had a couple of closes. But
did the album need that, though, in your opinion?
That's, to be fair, like, other than like the couple of songs I say could have vanished, and the lack of hype, but I know that wasn't the purpose of this album. I've got no faults with this album at all. Like, it is pretty clear, straight through. Other than the ending,
yeah,
I think it could have done with maybe one skit and another finisher. But
okay.
But yeah, otherwise, I'm gonna give my score.
So, what is your final thoughts on the album? Do you have like a final thought?
I would say, from personal experience, don't go into this album like, not now, I'm busy, basically, because it isn't that album. It is so much more personal, and this is definitely one of those ones you want to listen to by yourself. Just with some headphones on, and like absorb it.
Yeah.
There's especially some of those tracks which I need to do that too. Clearly. Yeah, I started this album as a 7, my first listen, but it's grown to an 8 since then.
Okay.
And it might grow even higher actually as time goes on. I feel like there's so much to absorb here, so many lyrics, so much. Every listen is like a new thing.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't until the last couple of listens I appreciated. What was it? Maybe even Anxiety Wins. I appreciated that so much more. Like, I think the last couple of listens, and I was like, oh, actually, that's a really good tune. So yeah, no. It's an 8 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, a really solid project.
Yeah, for me, I wrote down my final thoughts after listening to it again the first time, and then I fine-tune them.
Okay.
So my final thoughts, exactly word for word, are wow, just wow. Joyner continues to impress me with the story he portrays and allows me to go on a journey with him. This is one of the greatest albums I have heard. It is top 3 for me. The only misstep in the songs that came from a feature, not himself. It would be harsh for me to deduct a point for me. For me, the album is a 9.8 out of 10.
Fuck. Wow. That's
The only reason it got the 2 points because, like I said, the 2 songs we mentioned didn't need to be there, and I wasn't going to put like a big point down deduction.
No, like even those 2 songs that are there aren't bad, and they don't deserve the points, deducted. They're just filler, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. A really good album, really solid. And it only gets better with each listen.
Yeah, exactly. For me, one of the top 3 albums of all time for me.
Of all time, damn. Can I ask you what the other 2 are?
I think we know.
Alright, but I don't think the audience does.
Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 1 and 2.
Oh, right, 1 and 2. Wow, okay. Fair enough.
It's top 3. I think LP1, Joyner, LP2.
That's mad. Wow. All right. I'm glad we. I'm glad we.
Hey,
listened
Yellow,
to it
that's
together.
how you should do an album, mate. Just out of curiosity, just so you know.
To be fair, Yellow Wolf has put out really good albums. So I put Love Story as one of my top albums.
Sorry, no, not Yellow Wolf. Sorry, Token. There you go. That's how you do an album, mate.
To be fair, yeah, Token's album was quite similar in its themes, but yeah, this pulled it off way better. Yeah, definitely. Like we said at the beginning, I think the skits definitely help. They help break up the album and help set the theme and the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we are. Should we leave it there?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Well, congratulations, Joyner. And top 3 album of all time.
I look forward to the next one.
100% look forward to the next one. I'd highly recommend his previous album as well. I think that's still my favourite album he's put out. It's not as personal, but it's just good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're not changing your mind.
Not yet. Like I said, this album does keep getting better the more I listen to it.
Fair.
But yeah, Not Now I'm Busy is still my favourite Joyner album.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening. Leave your thoughts.
Thanks for coming on this journey with us.
Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And we'll see you all next week. For something.
Bye.
Bye.